So I pretty much just ruined my whole image of Matt Smith. Okay, this is just a short explanation of what all my freakout posts were about before. Matt Smith plays in a movie called Womb, and it's a British film, naturally. And it's about this chick. Like, it starts out when, like, they're, like, 12 years old or 9 years old or some shit like that. And this little girl meets this little boy, and they're like, okay, no, I don't know if all British films are like this, but the whole movie, there was, like, no dialogue. It's just, like, people just sitting there like this. With, like, depressing music in the background. She's like this. They had, like, maybe one line in the beginning. Okay. So, and she ends up going to Japan or some shit like that, and then she comes back, and they're, like, 21 right now. They, like, it was, like, 12 years, and she's, like, 21. And she finds him, and it's Matt Smith, because he grew up or whatever. And, blah, blah, blah. And he basically, I don't even know, I can't even describe it, it's how weird it is. But, like, they didn't, like, have sex or anything. They liked each other a lot, and I wouldn't call it love, per se, because there wasn't really any room for that, because, I don't know. And they were in the car, and she's all like, okay, stop, I need to go pee. And so he stops, and I guess she goes to walk out because they were in the middle of nowhere, and she goes to walk and go pee, and I guess he gets out of the car, and then he gets hit by a car, and he dies. So, what this bitch does? She gets, like genetic, like, some genetic place or whatever where they can actually clone people. And she clones him, takes some of his DNA, and puts him in her womb. So this woman is carrying her lover in her womb. Okay, see, if it were me, I mean, I don't blame her for getting a clone. I'd probably end up doing the same thing, because, it's Matt Smith. But I wouldn't carry him myself. I'd make someone else raise him, because that's just some weird ass shit. So, whatever, and she has the kid, and she raises this kid, and you can tell it's like sexual tension between a mother and her child, and it is weird as fuck. Okay, so he grows up, and he brings a girl home from college or something, and you can tell she's jealous, and it's so weird though, because she raised him, and she's like his mother, and I'm just sitting here like, what? Okay, and then, see, he doesn't know that he's a clone. He was never told that or whatever. And then his real mom shows up. But before he died or whatever. And he's like, okay, who are you? And then no one, okay, so here comes the part when there's, like, no dialogue. It's like, Mom? Mom, who is that lady? Mom, who was she? Mom. And so she gives him his old laptop or whatever, and he goes through all the pictures, and he finds out that he's a clone. You see, he knew there was something off, because he knew he was attracted to his mother, and that was a little weird. He knew something was up, figuratively. So his girlfriend leaves, and I kid you not, 5 minutes after he leaves, he goes in his mom's room, or his girlfriend / mom, it's so fucking weird. He's like, Mom, who am I? Who are you? Blah, 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 blah. And so she shows him all the pictures, and he's like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And this bitch sitting like this. He's like, who are you? Who are you? And she's like this. And so he gets mad, and he, like, just throws her on the bed. Okay. I know a lot of people should be grossed out, but I just laughed the whole time because it was so weird. So he's on top of her, and he's all up in her face and shit. He's like, who are you? Who are you? And then he starts to, like, finger her, and she's loving it. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Your child? Well, technically it's not her child because it's not her DNA, but still, you carried him in your womb and you raised him. That is your child. And he's fingering her, and then I guess they have sex. It's what it looked like, and so they have sex. And then after, British film, she's sitting at the table like this, and he's kind of just standing there, and she's just sitting there like this. And he, grabs his bags or whatever, and he's about to walk out the door, and he's like, "Thanks, Rebecca." The first time he called her Rebecca. After they had sex, he stopped calling her mom. He's like, "Thank you, Rebecca." And then he walks out, and it's like 5 minutes of you showing the beach that they're on. It's like 5 minutes of showing him walking away. Literally, it was there for 5 minutes, just him walking away. The movie is so fucking weird. Why did I want to watch it? Anyway. It was so wrong on so many levels. This bitch. Okay, like I said before, I'd clone him, but I wouldn't raise him because that's just. I'm probably going to hell for laughing at all this, but it was so funny though. Like after they had sex or whatever, she's just laying there like looking at us. And I looked at her. I'm like, "Bitch, you going to hell?" Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. But yeah, that's my summary of the movie called Womb. If you don't like incest, don't watch it.